Hello and welcome to this video. My name's Beckham and the subject here is online or cloud storage for our images and perhaps videos too. One of the file storage options I've been using for some time is cloud-based online storage. I use it for secure backup and to easily gain access to any of my files back onto my computer. I save important files such as my videos and images to my MediaFire online account. There are other online storage options out there, and one of the others that appears popular with photographers is Dropbox. My main concern when I signed up to one of these options was the safety of my images and videos. But after spending a number of years with MediaFire, I have built up that confidence. I've never experienced anything that's risked even one of my pictures or one video. Now, while I'm not a regular user of Dropbox, my confidence with online storage would stretch to them too. So, how does online storage work? Well, I suppose basically you can think of cloud storage rather like having a very safe and secure hard drive, but it's just based elsewhere, not on your PC. And when you think about it, that's not a bad thing. To upload files to your cloud storage account, you're going to have to sign in. But most browsers will remember this information for you if you ask them to. So access to services like MediaFire and Dropbox for me take just a few seconds to gain access. Let me show you. What you're viewing here is the main page of my website. That's just because when I open my browser it's programmed to show me this as a default. But I've got options using Google Chrome to go to my folders here, and I can open up, let's say, my Dropbox account. Well, you can see how quick I got access to that account. It seems that with a reasonable internet speed, it's almost like accessing your own hard drive. Now, these services, and my main experience is with MediaFire, they usually offer a certain amount of storage space completely free. But we often have to accept some limitations with those free services. With MediaFire, as an example, it may show adverts on pages which many of us find annoying. But we have to understand that someone has to pay for our free hard drive space in the clouds. There may also be some limitations in downloading a large number of files together, although my limited experience of Dropbox doesn't seem to support that view. It does appear to allow you to download a number of files together, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. But you can imagine having a folder of 20 images and you have to download them one at a time because you've got a free account rather than a paid account. With a paid account, of course, you just click for all of them. They're automatically zipped together and you can have them downloaded onto your desktop pretty quickly. So here's a tip. If you are using MediaFire and you want to try a free account, when you put your images up online, zip the images together before uploading them. Now you can download 50 in one go with no limitations because you're only really downloading one zipped folder. So apart from secure storage of important images, videos and documents, what else do these services offer? Well, they do allow us to send large files to anyone with an email address in the form of a clickable link. So if, for example, I wanted to get a 200 megabyte video to you, I can't attach that to an email, it's far too big. But within my account, I can create a link to that video. That link can now be sent to you in the body of an email, and all you have to do is to click the link to download the video, but I'm sure you're quite familiar with these clickable links by now. Here's a video on my MediaFire account, so I can go to the right hand side and I can just simply copy the link to the clipboard and I can paste that into an email or any other document. Now, as you can see here, I've pasted the link that I just copied from MediaFire to download a video. I've copied it into a Word document just to demonstrate it to you, but we could have easily put this into an email. When I click the link, I get immediate access to that download. It was a video called Image Quality. Unless I choose another location, my computer here is going to put it into the download section, which doesn't seem a bad place to put it. When I click save, you'll probably see it down at the extreme bottom left of the screen, but it's a 64 meg file, but already we're up to almost 20 megabyte, so it's coming down fairly quickly. Now, as you can see by the spinning round of the screen, I've brought you into Dropbox, which doesn't look too much different from MediaFire. Most of them are laid out in a logical way. You can see here that I've got two folders created, one for my finished images and one for newsletter videos. You can also see though that one of the limitations here is that my Dropbox is almost full and I would need to upgrade to maybe 1 terabyte or more to get a little more space. But if I take you into my finished images, for example, I've just got two folders in there, one for 2017, one for 2018, and I put a couple of months of images in there, which is generally how I store my images. And if I take you to the current month, well, I think we're right on the end of it as I record, then you can see all of the images open up from within that folder. So I could download the entire set of images or just one. And of course I can do this anywhere in the world. I can be well away from my computer, I could be abroad with family, and if I need access to a video, a file of any type, then I can get access to it. Now generally with images too, if we just click the image, we can normally see a view of that image, and of course if I wanted to download it, I can just click the download button and decide where I want it downloaded to. Now with Dropbox here, I've come back to my basic file list, which is not too many here. But if I wanted to give you or anyone access to all of the finished images within that folder, and if you remember there was two folders within there and folders within them, then I can give you access to any of these folders too. If I go back here, for example, I can go to this option and choose Share, and I can create a link to the folder. Now what we're looking at here is that Word document I created a short while ago, and here I've got the link to the folder that I just created. I'm going to copy it this time rather than clicking it, because I'm demonstrating to you and I've got my accounts both signed in. Then you're going to see something slightly different when you own an account rather than if you were downloading or opening the file as just a recipient of the link. So I'm going to simulate that by copying it, Control C, and I'll open up my browser incognito, which will stop it from looking for my accounts which are already open. So Control V at the top and enter, you can see it amounts to the same thing. So by clicking that link, anyone who doesn't have a Dropbox account will see the two files within it like this. Now up at the top right, if they've got a Dropbox account, they can sign in, but they don't have to. They can click the download and download the files. Now this can be done, I guess, in all of these services. It certainly can be done in Dropbox, and you can also do this in MediaFire, and it would be a great way of sharing family photos and videos, and at the same time you're backing them up and storing them securely. With MediaFire, I can also create what is called a one-time link for any of the files which I want someone to download. Now that's come in very handy with my videos, because if anyone ever lost one of my videos or lost the link when they purchased the whole set, then I can provide another encrypted link to that video or file that they can download, but only once. So for example, with this image quality video, which I think I created for a newsletter, if I go to the options and choose share, once the option comes up, I'm going to choose more sharing options and scroll down. I'm going to create a one-time link. You can see you can download the link from here, a little chain. You can embed the code as well, or for a forum, but one-time link. So I can create a one-time link. Let's generate it. I can tick the box so that whenever the person downloads this file, I get an email to tell me they've successfully got it. I can decide how long that remains valid, but I can just copy that link and send it to them. Now that system works pretty well and I use it fairly often, and I do like to get that automated email just to reassure me that the person has in fact successfully downloaded the file. Uploading large files to these services can be rather slow at times, but that's going to depend on your internet service provider's upload speed. But the good news is it's not really an issue, because we just start the upload, minimize the web page, and we just carry on working and just allow it to do it in its own time. Within MediaFire, I can also create what's called a file drop. That file drop link can be given to others, and they can simply open a web page from that link, then drag maybe large files into that web page, which will be uploaded into my MediaFire space. I can set up the headings on the page and decide if I want an email reminder whenever someone sends me a file, and that is fairly useful. So let me quickly set one of those up. If we create a new folder from the top center of the screen, I'll call this test folder for short, just to allow me to delete it later. You can see I can tick the box here that says make this file or folder a file drop. When I create it, usually something else pops up on screen. It's not enabled yet, so we just click OK. Then we get the options to set it up. So up here I can go to the basic setup, and in here I can give it a title. So I could remove whatever's in there, I think. Let's have a look at that. I'll just backspace that lot out and say my test file drop, and you can see how that appears here. We do have other options too. In the advanced options, do we want to receive email notifications? We can allow descriptions for uploads, and we can allow multiple file uploads as well. So we've got a few options here, and we can even copy the links from down below. Now let me show you just how that works from the user's end. There you can see the file drop link. We can send it as it is, but of course we can also just put it within a few words of text on an email, like file drop link here, and we can paste that string into those few words. We don't have to post the entire link, but to demonstrate how it works, I'll go into my incognito here, just so it doesn't pick up my account, so I simulate how this will be seen by others when they click this link. There's the page that appears. It tells you who it's from, Beckham Digital File Drop. Drag and drop files in here to upload, or select files. Just do that, click to upload, minimize the page, and it'll upload the files, but they'll appear in my MediaFire account. My own camera club has a MediaFire account, and we use it for members to submit images each month via a file drop page just like this. We have one for the set subject and one for the open section, so they're even sorted into folders for us. Now I like these services quite a bit because they meet my needs. They're reliable, And I think this is the future really for secure storage of digital media. It's great that you can try it for free and see how you like it. Here we're looking at the sign up page for MediaFire. You can see on the left hand side we've got 10 gigabyte of space, which is free. Then we've got the first Pro version, which is $3.75 a month, and that's what I've signed up for. Paying that annually, it works out about $45 a year. I suppose the one complaint I may have is there's quite a gap between 1 terabyte here and 100 terabyte here, and quite a lot of difference with the cost. I'd like something midway between the two, but certainly $3.75 a month isn't a great deal of money for the convenience of using this service, and I do find it pretty convenient and useful. Here we are in a similar page for Dropbox, and you can see that the standard service they offer is about $17.50 for 2 terabytes of storage space. Now that works out somewhere around $200 a year, which is quite a bit different from MediaFire. But then the next one along at $27.50 is unlimited space. Or of course in both of these services you have the free option. I hope that little bit of information on cloud storage has been helpful. It's always a good thing, I think, to be able to listen to someone who at least has some experience of the service that's being offered. And as I've said earlier on, I've been with MediaFire now for some years and I don't have any complaints at all. Now it's great to be able to share our photographic experiences and all things that go with our photography. Can I invite you to come along to my forum? I run a photo and audio-visual forum where you can get access to me and many other people who share your passion. So why not come along, sign up and dip your toe in the water. If it's not for you, then you've lost nothing.